Hi, Chris Kuzmal here. We found that the push method doesn't throw any runtime exceptions itself. The nature of runtime exceptions are that if something that I call or I do produces a runtime exception, I don't have to throw it. It's a runtime exception, so it just gets thrown all the way to the top of the call stack. And the thing is that we actually catch the runtime exception on our invocation of push from within our test of whether or not we did too much pushing. And so we passed the test kind of incorrectly. So we're going to make it so we're going to kind of not change anything. We're going to throw a runtime exception of our own. Throws runtime exception. If I spell it right. Oh my God. And so the runtime exception we're going to throw is simply we're going to detect that top is too big. When is top too big? If top now here's a little bit of an interesting idea. One is, and I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to if top is greater than or equal to AR dot length. Then I'm going to throw a runtime exception and say stack overflow. Okay. And now when I run, nothing changed. I still passed my test. So in fact, my test isn't, the fact that it passed both times after it passed even before I made this modification to what the runtime exception is an indication that it would be ideal if I had a test that determined whether or not I had a particular kind of runtime exception. I'm not going to worry about that, okay? We've done enough, okay, and we've done enough testing at this point. We passed 8 tests on our stack code, and so we're going to declare victory, and that's just what you have to do at some point. So we've implemented stack. We're done. Uh, we have some fairly robust test code, and that probably is going to serve us well going forward. So that if we ever need to debug anything with respect to our stacks, actually we're probably not going to need to, because we've actually, in the process of creating these test cases, we fixed a series of fairly subtle bugs that could have easily gone undetected and and become problems way down the road. And indeed, it's entirely possible that somebody's implementation of stack, where they didn't do this amount of care in testing, is going to cost lives somewhere. So there you go. We've implemented stack. We're going to do the next data structure, which I believe is going to be queues next time, but we're done with stacks.